Hey everyone, Kyle once again. And welcome back to another movie review, to another rant, I would say. Man. Cutting straight to the point. There's a reason why this film deserves to be forgotten. It is a completely forgettable movie. It deserves to be panned by critics. It deserves to be torn to shreds by critics. It deserves a 7% rating on Rotten Tomatoes. It deserves a 3.8 IMDb. Not once was this movie funny. I never got a laugh at it. Now, my mother, she once saw this. She laughed at it. She laughed for especially one particular scene, which I think was very embarrassing for this guy. So yeah, almost going on 9 years. Because this came out in 2010. Almost going on, yeah. By the time it comes out, the end of April 30th, it'll be 9 years. But still, I just completely for good reason. I completely forgot, why this film was so bad. And I think this is it stars Brendan Fraser, and I think this is his most embarrassing role he's done. He is so I don't know why he decided to do this, because recently he hasn't done much for years now. Maybe this is for the paycheck, I don't know. But this is his most embarrassing role to me. I mean, he was and that is of Furry Vengeance. Just get straight to the point. Furry Vengeance. It is god awful. I mean, Brendan Fraser, he can do comedy. He can. Encino Man, I enjoy. Airheads, with him and Adam Sandler and Steve Buscemi. I like that film. I like Airheads. I like Encino Man. And even a film where he's acting with animals. George of the Jungle. That's a much funnier movie. But this film, no. Man, I just don't want to feel like I feel like throwing this right now. So, but I can still do this though. I can still do this. I can still do that though. But I just don't feel like throwing it though. So yeah, Furry Vengeance. This guy, directed by Roger Kumble. I don't know who this guy is. He directed Cruel Intentions, which I have seen. One with Ryan Philippe and Reese Witherspoon and Sarah Michelle Gellar and Selma Blair. Yeah, he directed. I forgot he directed Cruel Intentions. And he's directed the sequel the year after that. He directed The Sweetest Thing, Just Friends. Oh yeah, he directed College Road Trip, that Disney film with Martin Lawrence. And then the last one we did was Furry Vengeance, and he hasn't directed a film since. Great. And the film was universally panned by critics. As I said, it's a mediocre 7% Rotten Tomatoes. It debuted at number 5, with running up to a total of 32 million. On its budget of 35 million, but so basically it was a flop. It flopped to the box office. Although I'm not counting the 3 million it earned in DVD sales, which brings the total to 36. But I'm not counting that. 32 million on a budget of 35 million. It flopped and it deserves it. And it was the lowest rated film of 2010 until the release of Vampires Suck, which had 4%, and The Last Airbender, which had 6%. Well, honestly, comedy-wise, well, Airbender was never meant to be a comedy, though, but still. I'd rather take this over than Vampires Suck, or The Last Airbender, or Last Fartbender. Sure, I'll take that, though, but that's not saying much, because this film still sucks. Brendan Fraser, I mean, okay. The film opens up. There's a place in Oregon, and we get an opening with one of the... Okay, the guy who's the main boss is Jeong, who from the Hangover movies. It was the only decent thing I like him was the first Hangover. I'm not an overall fan of him as an actor either. So yeah, he's the boss. He's this rich guy, business guy who wants to rip out this whole entire forest so he can build like a shopping mall or yeah, basically this big huge mall I think, or another some residents I forget, but I think it's a mall I think, and yeah I think it was a big huge mall, but he wants to rip out the whole forest. He's like a typical guy who wants to rip out the forest, and build stuff, right? And the animals, their homes are threatened, and they want to stop the people, stop the company. And we open up with actor Rob Riggle. He's been other comedy movies as well, like 21 Jump Street, and he had a little in the sequel 22 Jump Street as well. He's been in a lot of comedies, Rob Riggle. He's driving his car, and then the animals, they push a boulder to stop him, but he doesn't fall off the cliff though. But he eventually does, and he tells Jeong over the phone, "I quit." And then it's Brendan Fraser who's next. And he's living with his family in one of the model homes while his crew are constructing the whole neighborhood. Basically, yeah. So build homes and then a mall too, yeah. The script is poorly handled. It's piss poor basically. Okay. Brendan Fraser is this guy who just works for Jeong. And basically, the animals are targeting the wrong person. Well, two people, because they attack Rob Riggle. And now they're attacking Brendan Fraser, which they should be attacking Jeong. He's the one who wants all this gone, so... Well, unfortunately, they can't get to him because he's off someplace because he has a plane and all that, so... So they can't get to him, so they take it all out on Brendan Fraser because he works for him, so that's what it is. So they take it all out on Brendan Fraser, and all the hilarious hijinks ensues. Like they... Well, they try the same boulder thing again, and when he sees the boulder, he's like, "Miley Cyrus!" And he drops it, and he stops it, but the airbag deploys and spills coffee on him. Yeah, the leader of the packet of all the animals is this raccoon, which, for comedic effect, Rocket Raccoon from Guardians of the Galaxy is much funnier raccoon than this little guy. And they try to tell you that all the hijinks they pull on him, like they reverse the sprinkler so it sprays his crotch area, or they leak holes through his milk and make him chew on a hard nut to probably crack his teeth or whatever, and try to have birds chirping, keeping him up all night. And his family thinks he's going crazy. His wife, played by Brooke Shields, really enough, from Blue Lagoon, or was it? Yeah, I think it was Blue Lagoon, yeah. And his wife and his son, they think he's going crazy because he thinks all the animals are against him, but they think, oh, animals are not smart enough to do that and all that. And then one part where he's on his treadmill, the raccoon unplugs it, he flips over and the TV falls on him. And then you get one of the most... It's a Brendan Fraser, he's a good actor, and this, I guess by the time he was falling hard, I guess... Maybe the Tomb of the Dragon Emperor, The Mummy from 2008, didn't do quite as well, and since then, after all the years, he's been not getting much roles, so probably needs the money. And Brendan Fraser I like, though, and he's just so... This is one of the most embarrassing parts for him, okay. Like, he's in his car, and there's a bunch of skunks sneak into his car, and they lift their tails up, and they spray all inside his car, and he crashes, and one of his friends, one of the construction crew, is like, "Don't worry, we'll help you," and it's like, "Help me!" And he stinks, and he's bathed himself in tomato juice, and all the animals, they take off his clothes, his towel, everything, except they purposely leave his wife's bra there, and they rip the shades down, and they see him covered in all the construction people, they see him covered in tomato sauce, and because he's trying to wipe himself with a bra, and he's see him with a bra, and he's naked, and Brendan Fraser, this is the most embarrassing role he has. I was saying same thing with Alec Baldwin in The Cat in the Hat. That's the most embarrassing role he's done, and this is the same thing with Brendan Fraser. Maybe these actors like they can't do in these kind of type of comedies. They can't. And then the next thing you see him, he's in his the only clothes he has is his wife's pink jogging clothes. And then he get the same thing in the car, and the skunks spray him again. And then one part where he goes to see a psychologist played by Wallace Shawn. Wallace Shawn, Rex from Toy Story. And he's saying, all these are in your head, and he needs to do those Rorschach drawings, and they're all resembling the animals, until the animals they sneak away with his car. He's screaming, "Ah, there you are!" And he's just chasing, and then to one point he stands guard one night, and then he gets chased by the bear, and he hides in a porta potty, and then moves a porta potty, and basically ends up in a tree. When it falls down, he's basically covered in shit, basically. Yeah, covered in liquid shit. Yeah. And that's what this film symbolizes. This film is shit. A pile of liquid shit, by the way. It's just pain. Is it one of the worst movies? No, not for me, no. But I could say it's one of the worst comedies I've seen. I will say it is one of the worst comedies I've seen. Like I said, George the Jungle with Brendan Fraser when he's acting with animals, that's much better than this, much funnier than that. Encino Man, Airheads, there are a lot better comedies that Brendan Fraser has starred in. Even Looney Tunes back in action with him in it is much better than this. Yeah, I would say Looney Tunes, because I like Space Jam, and I don't think Looney Tunes back in action wasn't that bad. But I'll say Looney Tunes back in action with Brendan Fraser, that's much better comedy than this. And he's with cartoon animals, Bugs Bunny and Daffy Duck, though, but I'm saying. And then the one point where he tries to take out the raccoon and distracting Cam and all that. And again, another part where he fights with the raccoon. He's like, "What are you doing? What are you?" And then the raccoon just pisses in his mouth. Great. Now we get a shit joke, and then we got a piss in your mouth joke. You know what? Forget it. There you go. I threw it. It was just. I guess I flipped my leg when I decided to describe the piss in your mouth joke by a raccoon. So yeah, so Brendan Fraser gets pissed in his mouth by a raccoon, and then the ranger tranquilizes all of the animals. They put in cages and realize, he has a family. That's why he was protecting them. Yeah, we kind of knew that he has a family and all that. And then times with the fair, the big fair, and realizes he was wrong, so he lets all the animals loose, and then Kim Jeong is there with this other guy he's signing a deal with, whatever. And then all the animals, they wreak havoc on the people, and Kim Jeong, which is kind of ridiculous, because they all should have went for him anyway, because he's the one who's the main boss who wants to do all this stuff. And, his female assistant, she gets bird pooped on, and did the same thing in the car with the skunks. And then Ken Jeong, he gets in one of those inflatable things, and all the animals, they get inside, and they basically beat the crap out of him inside there. And then Brendan Fraser to his wife, Brooke Shields, and it's like, now do you believe me? That the animals were doing all this? Yeah. So the film ends. I'm skipping through all this because I don't know why. It's a shit movie anyway, so. And then by the time he's now a ranger, and then he's now a ranger by the end, and then it says, if you do anything with the animals, it's $1 million fine, basically. Came out of it. I don't really care, though. Stay. Why I choose to do it? Why I choose this movie? I don't know why. Probably because either I'm having a bad day, for what is put on a shit review, probably. But I'm sure I'm not the only one who hates this movie. There's a lot of people that hate this movie, and for good reason. So, Furry Vengeance. Yeah, I got my vengeance out of this film. I beat this crap DVD up. That's my vengeance for this. Not funny. Not hilarious. Jokes are not funny. We got a shit joke. Him covered in liquid porta potty shit. Then raccoon pissing in his mouth. Yeah, and then him is naked with Brock because hey, so everyone can see because it's funny, right? And he's in his white pink outfit. God, freaking dang it. The cast sucks basically. Brooke Shields, no. Ken Jeong, I'm not honestly not a fan of either. And Roger Kumble, yeah, that's why he hasn't directed these since. So there are a lot better comedies than this, even with Brendan Fraser. Yeah, with him in it, the Mummy franchise is much better than this. Even I will say I'm not a fan. I don't like Tomb of the Dragon Emperor either, but it's much better than this for films with Brendan Fraser. Man. So I haven't done a big rant like this in a while, so I hope you enjoy this video. So the film just flat out sucks. It's garbage. It's forgettable. It's trash. That's why it just. So yeah, that's my rant. That's my big rant on Furry Vengeance. So, cast sucks. Score is beyond shitty. The animals, whether it's real or puppets, whatever, it didn't. Yeah, it's yeah. So, I always say about prefer over CGI, but still, if the film sucks, it sucks. So yeah, so that's my big rant on Furry Vengeance. Deserves to be forgotten. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned on the next review. Later.